So between those two, I don't know how I would specify that. I guess I'll tell you. Sometimes I'll even start before that actually. Hmm. I'll do that a little later. But I'll just tell you right now, like while I'm doing my stretches in my workout, I'll listen to music, like some like motivational type pump up music, or I'll actually listen to motivational like speeches and lectures and stuff. Some good ones I listen to come off the top of my head are Les Brown. Les Brown does some motivational speaking, but he tends to get repetitive. He has pretty much the same thing that he says again and again. Like every once in a while I'll find a video where he said something new, but maybe that's just because I've listened to him so much. Like that's usually how I know also that, I'm done listening to a person whenever I start hearing them say the same thing again and again. Another one that really helped me whenever I was super depressed was Abraham Hicks. Now, that one's kind of a little bit more of a creative like type person's cup of tea, I would say. It doesn't have really much, well, I guess to a certain extent it does have some foundation in logic, but the way the Abraham Hicks thing, like when I first approached it, I had no idea what the lady was talking about, what was going on, but I could understand that like she was speaking truth whenever I was listening to her, and the more I found out about her, like the more kind of curious I got, so the more I kind of found out more, and it's definitely an acquired taste, I would say. Like, but for me, like Abraham Hicks was really helpful for a long time. For like at least a few months, I was on Abraham Hicks, and I was like devouring the content that they were putting out. And I say they because like if you check it out, then you'll see what I'm saying. It's kind of a weird thing. I don't want to turn anybody off by trying to give it an explanation and not doing it justice, though. I just don't want to go too deep into um, that because that's not what we're here for. I'm trying to do my routine. But between stretches and workout, I'll listen to something motivational, and then I'll go ahead and go on from 12:15. So what really helps me also fighting off depression and like challenging myself and trying to do new things is a cold shower after the workout. And this one I do every day. Actually, if it doesn't say like, if it's not an orange, it is an everyday thing. So today I will do my stretches. It's not always upper cross syndrome. Sometimes it's different, but upper cross syndrome stretches are a good way to start. Um, but I wonder if I could. Hmm. No, I'll do that later. Cold shower. Um, I think I could probably give you a video of that one as well. And most of these is like these are things that I've found on like the internet and my own research that work for me. So I can actually give you sources about these things. Is this the dude? I think this is the dude. Yeah, this is the dude. Now, I usually don't take too much uh, stock in just everything people say on these TEDx talks. Like, for me, there's a difference between TED Talks and TEDx Talks. But this is actually a useful TEDx Talks. Shower therapy. He kind of explains why taking cold showers is useful. And another good source for cold shower kind of logic and therapy is Wim Hof. Wim Hof is called the Iceman, and he explains how the cold is what helped him find like peace and spirituality and like getting to know God and stuff like that. But for me, the cold shower is just like it's something hard that you got to do every day that makes you feel a sense of accomplishment when you're done. And there's also all kinds of benefits to it just for like your health and well-being, for your immune system, for like your skin, I would say, for your even your state of mind. Like the idea behind cold shower therapy is what they call it, but the idea behind the reason why I do cold showers is I've even started writing about it, but I didn't really know where I was going. I was calling it paying the cold tax. It's like every day you gotta sacrifice something, and what I do is if I can't sacrifice anything else during a day, like whether it's money or time or whatever, uh, I'll at least sacrifice my comfort for a little bit to do something good for myself. And that's what the cold shower therapy is. It's like you do something challenging and like you feel really good afterwards. It does something with your blood vessels too. Like your blood pumps through a certain like set structure throughout your body, like the certain like blood vessel system that it uses. And whenever you take a cold shower, like most the picture I'm seeing in my head that I've seen before is most of your blood's pumping through the surface of your skin and the vessels closest to the surface, so you can get that sensation, that feel of your environment and things you're touching and stuff like that. But when you take a cold shower, it forces another set of blood vessels deeper in your skin to activate, and like it's almost like your blood pulls up more towards the centermost parts of your body to retain heat so you can stay warm. And I guess those aren't always active whenever we're sitting in our air conditioned homes, and like whenever it's warm outside. And if you're like, I'm in Texas, so like it's almost always hot in Texas or humid or something, and you never really get exposed to that cold, frigid air. And there's actually benefits, I guess, to getting exposed to that cold, frigid air. And another idea too is like after I do my stretches and my cardio workout, it really cools me down fast whenever I hop into a cold shower. Well, like all my, my entire body's like covered in sweat, and I'm like, really heated up and my engine's going and stuff. And these have really helped me. And getting out of the cold shower, like afterwards, you feel invigorated because like all that blood flow, it's almost like I'm channeling that blood flow into different parts of my body. When I do the workout, blood is circulating everywhere. And then whenever I take a cold shower, blood circulating in other places everywhere. So it's like something like that. I don't know what it is, but for me, it works and it's helpful. And cold shower probably takes me like 20 minutes, we'll say. If that. I mean, that's another thing too. It's like really good for conserving water because you're not going to sit in the shower for very long if it's freezing and it is cold. Like it's not something you do for fun, but you get used to it after you do and like you don't get used to it to where every single day like it's not hard. And like I would even say it kind of is hard. Most people take hot showers, and if the shower's hot, like you got to kind of ease yourself into it, but it feels really good once you get all the way in. And like you could think of a hot tub too. Like if you've ever gotten a hot tub, like you can't just jump into that, and you can actually, like it's just like swimming too. It's like you can't just jump in the pool and then just instantly get acclimated. And for me, that's usually what I tend to do. Like that's the best. But cold showers is like your whole body doesn't get wet and cold at the same time, so it's really kind of hard to just like ease into the cold shower that way. But once you get your whole body wet and your whole body cools off, then it's comfortable. But we'll say 12 to 12:35. That is a everyday thing. And then after that, like this is the structure. This is how I start my day for success. And maybe I could hone these in, or maybe I could tweak or change these like sometime. But for me, this is what's been consistently working so far for like the past year or so. I can't say that I've been doing the cardio workout and the stretches for the past year, but the cup of coffee morning stream and the cold shower, at least, like I've been doing consistently for a while. Like I don't know when I started doing this, but I know it's been helping me. So uh, I've done it for more than a few months, that's for sure. I don't really I don't track time. I don't look at what time it is. Like this is the first time I've actually looked at what time it is for like things that I do throughout the day. It's just it kind of happens this way. And I'm guesstimating these times because I don't know if it's always exactly these times. But like I'm more of a I guess free spirit. I don't ever know what day or date it is unless like I'm confronted with it in some way. Like I don't track it or measure it all the time like some people. But after the cold shower, after the workout, I'll do. Let me get this all right now. I'll do a protein shake. Protein shake. Because, like I was saying, I call him Mr. Universe, my old platoon sergeant was saying, if you don't eat or nourish your body after you work out, you might as well have not even worked out because you're not helping yourself. So that's usually when I get to my protein shake slash breakfast. If I don't have a protein shake, because they're kind of expensive, it's like $30 for 18 servings maybe. I don't really know how much. It depends on the size you buy too. It's like, and the brand, I guess. I use this vegan protein shake, and I guess I could put a link to that. My stomach's really sensitive to lactose and stuff like that, and my cousin, he introduced me to the vegan lifestyle, and I'm not vegan, but it's actually taught me that, it's very good to take a break from red meats and proteins from like animals every once in a while. So like I don't ever do anything consistently like uh food wise. Like I always want to switch it up, like because we're meant to be hunter gatherers and nomadic people, and we're meant to eat constantly throughout the day all these different things. Like we never just sit there and eat just one thing. Like our body needs a lot of different things to nourish it. Protein. So I'll switch it up and do different things. Let me see. This is, yeah, it's like $25. This is at Target. So this is what I get. I use the Vega brand. Insert the link here. And then another thing is I've been avoiding like the genetically modified stuff and things like that. For me, I'm lactose intolerant as well, so if I can avoid lactose and dairy stuff, like my body does a lot better too. So also something to note here is this is kind of like intermittent fasting what I'm doing, because I don't eat that whole block in the morning. I don't eat it all, and it's usually by at about 1 p.m. I start eating this vegan shake, because after I get out of the shower, I don't just immediately go and do the shake. Sometimes I pick up the house and stuff. So we'll say 12:35. That's whenever I get my shake, because I want to try to get it as close to the workout as possible. But usually, like I don't know, sometimes I'm guesstimating here. So protein shake and breakfast is that till 1 p.m. We'll say I'll sip on that for like the next 30 minutes. If it's breakfast, I'll have to cook it, obviously. And then if it's the protein shake, I'll get to it a lot faster. So I don't know why it doesn't like that. Did you mean 35 p.m.? Ignore. I'll say add that to the personal dictionary, actually. And then I'm gonna put a star by this one as well. because that's only every other day. The